Hi everybody, from your local history librarian, Sarah Kiefer. I'm here today to help guide you through doing a house history remotely, to access all of the resources that we have for you and be able to do some research on your own. So I'm just going to share my screen. If you take one moment, please. Okay, so we're on the home page of the Ridgewood Public Library at the moment. We're offering several remote services at the library, but to get to the Bulger Heritage Center page and those services, go to the Explore tab and then click on Local History and Genealogy. That'll bring you to the Bulger Heritage Center page, and on this page you'll see various resources that you can take advantage of. But today I'm going to show you how to do a research on a house. So you would click on the Heritage Resources tab, and that will bring you to all of the different resources that we have here at the Heritage Center. Specifically, you'll want to scroll to where it says Neighborhoods, Homes, and Buildings. Right there, you'll see that we have a research guide that will get you through it'll get you through doing a house history. So just give me one moment, please. And here is the house history guide. I'll start at the top. There's several steps to go along the way, so you can take this at stride. But on this page, you'll want to start with looking at the house in time and space. So to start, you can go to, say, the village website. I'm just going to click on that tab real quick. And you can put in your house information, so the location of your house, block number, etc. And I'm just going to type in an example. And here you can then find your house. And when you open it up, you'll see that there's information on who's been there the last 3 years, when it was purchased, built, and the size of the lot. So it's got a lot of good information on there for you to utilize. Now, I'm going to click out of that. And although the Bulger Heritage Center is closed, and we do have a lot of useful maps to do your house history, as you can see all listed here, including the Sanborn maps that we have from 1916, 1925, the 28, and 30. Some of these maps are available here. If you click on this link, they're available at Princeton University. Now, not all of them are there, but you can at least get started and do some digging around to see if you can find information on your home. So as you can see in the guide, the next step is to find some information on the past residents. Again, we have a lot of resources at the library for you to utilize in order to do this type of research, but we are also now offering some remote access to help you get this research done. Now, the Ridgewood Library has a large collection of city directories, which are really useful in seeing who lived in your home, going all the way back to 1897. And the city directories will sometimes include information on those residents, such as their job occupation, who they were married to, and their children. So it's a great resource to dig around a little bit on the people who lived in your home. Now, you can access some of this information on Ancestry Library Edition. As a Ridgewood resident and a GSBC member, you do have access to Ancestry Library Edition remotely. And I would like you to contact skiefer@ridgewoodlibrary.org or ask@ridgewoodlibrary.org for more information. And I'm going to pull up that contact information so you can write it down. I'll be saying it a few times throughout this tutorial, so please just make note of that, and we will get back to you with the information as soon as possible. So back to Ancestry. So you've contacted us and we've given you the login information. You log into Ancestry and you want to look at these city directories. You'll want to scroll to where it says Quick Links, and you'll see right here City Directories. Click on that link, and it's going to take a moment to load. But what we'll be able to do is look at some of Ridgewood city directories. You'll want to go over to Featured Data Collections right here, U.S. City Directories 1822 to 1995. Now, I wish that all of them were available on there, but there is a good amount that you can, again, start doing some research. So you'll obviously want to choose New Jersey and then Ridgewood. So the drop down to New Jersey and then Ridgewood, and then you can pick the year that you'd like to look at. It's from 1926 to 1960. So if you were to go into any of these years and click on the link, it'll bring you to that city directory. City directories, if you're familiar with Yellow Pages, all are very similar. You can look up by street or by name of the person. So if you have either information, you would research it that way. So I'm going to go back. And another method of finding information on your home is to go through the land records in Hackensack. Now they are also closed at the moment, but you can do some of the research online. So the land records website is right here, and I'm going to do a screenshot of this page at the very end of the tutorial. So you can just either take a picture of it, or if you want to call, or I'm sorry, if you want to email me at skiefer@ridgewoodlibrary.org, I can send you this information with all of the links. To get more information on what the residents' lives were like, you can also use Ancestry Library Edition. I'm going to go back to the home page to look at the federal census records. So the census records are all right here on the bottom right-hand side here. And the census records can give information on the residents, their ages at the time period, their children, who they're married to, what country they were from, what their neighbors' information is like. So there is a lot of information for you to utilize in U.S. Census records. Now, the Ridgewood News was recently digitized and made available on newspapers.com, and we do have access at the library, and we will have temporary remote access as well. So if you would like to search newspapers.com, again, please just email either S. Kiefer or the reference desk. It'll be from the years 1897 to present day, and you can find a lot of information on your house, advertisements, and possibly information on the residents that live there as well. As a Ridgewood resident, you have access to the New York Times Historical, which you can use on by just using your library card. All of these are accessible on ridgewoodlibrary.org when you go to the home page, which I will bring up real quick, and you'll just want to go to the current online resources that we have. So if you scroll down, you'll see online resources, and the New York Times Historical is available there as well. Newspaper Archive is another resource that you can use online and remotely. Again, you just need to email S. Kiefer or ask@ridgewoodlibrary.org, and we can give you those login information. So all of the remote resources are listed here for you. So on the page for looking up what were residents' lives like, I recommend also going to the Social Security Death Index, which is on FamilySearch.org. And also make sure to take advantage of FamilySearch.org. It's a free database. You do need to create a login, but there's no charge, and you can access that resource anywhere. To look at the photographs on your house, the Ridgewood Library has digitized a lot of the photographs and materials that are in our archives. So this is all available on the Heritage Catalog, which is accessible on the local history page. If you go on this page, you'll see that there's some quick searches and then tips for searches. I recommend going through the tips for searches in case you're not familiar with this database. If you do a search on your street and you want just a photograph of it, I would select the box that says items with images only right below the keyword search box. Also make sure to use quotations around your search phrase. So Maple Avenue is with quotations so that it doesn't search all of the words with Maple or Avenue. Now I also used a search term or, so it says Maple Avenue or Maple Ave, because when cataloging, Depends on who is cataloging it, and it might be written down as Avenue or it might be written down as Ave. So this type of search is going to take care of both. So if you click search, you'll see all of the results that we have in the archives for Maple Avenue. Now, I'm just going to select this first image here. And if you find your house and you would like the older photograph of it, please just email me the object ID number, which is that number right at the top, and I can pull that digitized image for you and get that to you. Finally, to research the architectural style of your house. Again, we have a lot of resources at the library, but that does not mean you can't find the architectural style. There are a lot of resources online. If you were to search on Google Books, architecture style New Jersey houses, there are a lot of resources that are digitized on Google Books. There's also other resources out there, so please, if you have questions, email me. If you want to dig around a little and see if it's a reliable source, the library is there to help you, so please make sure to reach out to us. Along those terms, if you find yourself lost or stuck on your research, just email me at skiefer@ridgewoodlibrary.org, and we can set up a virtual meeting to discuss your house history. And if you'd like, at the end of all of this, to submit your research to the Heritage Center, we'll make sure to archive it for preservation and research purposes. We truly appreciate any donations such as that, because we do preserve information on streets, homes, and for future generations that may want to look into this a little bit further. So here's that house history useful links if you want to take a photograph of it. Again, if you'd like me to email it to you, you can certainly send me an email at skiefer@ridgewoodlibrary.org, and I'd be happy to pull that information up for you. Here's my email and the reference desk email as well. We welcome you to send us any questions along your way. Stay safe and healthy, and we hope to see you again soon.